Oh, sorry, I'm sick. Alright, anyways. Damn, I don't know if I'm gonna put that in the video, but I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, guys. Sorry. Excuse myself. I'm sick, so, you know. I've been sick for 3 fucking weeks! Alright? 3 fucking weeks! Sick back to back! So, I gotta let off some steam here, you know? Anyways, today was not today, but this week was a fucking weird week. Because we managed to take 1 loss and also take 1 win. But on the day I took a win, I ended up trying to add another position while I was shorting, and I added it long, so I ended up getting into a break even, which I technically should have made at least $700 to even, I don't know, 1,000, which was roughly a 1.5 to a 2 RR. But we ended up just having a break even day. But on the title it says I made $200, but that's supposedly supposed to be what I actually made. But you know, gotta clickbait you guys. But yeah, let's just go through the trades. This week was pretty weird, not gonna lie. Start of October, so you know we still have a lot of opportunities, but we're just gonna roll with what we got. Okay, so first things first, our October 1st trade. We had Jolt's job openings. I honestly do not know or don't give a fuck on what that shit is, but I usually trade on those days. Oh, so yeah, okay, this made sense. So high impact news on this day, war news came up. So the reason why I took a trade is because I'm kind of stupid. But me being stupid is always another, you know, good day for a new learning lesson. So we managed to lose 1%. If you traded on Monday, we just straight just took a shit and we just dumped the hell out of the markets, and we never really came back from it. So honestly, I was trying to long because we were at an hourly fair value gap, and we also swapped like high time frame liquidity, and I tried longing off this break of structure and this EQ, and right over here we see we have a BPR here. So price tapped into the BPR, I entered, and then we just kept on dumping. So unfortunately that's what it was. But lesson learned is that if there's high impact news on a certain day, like war news, don't trade. As for our other trades, no trades, but there was a setup that I liked on Wednesday, but I ended up not taking this trade because usually what happens is that I like to trade off BPRs, right? And in this case, we get a great setup. We sweep high time frame liquidity on the sell side, and then we have a rejection. We break a structure to the upside right over here, and then we tap into this initial BPR. I wanted us to tap into this BPR, and then I would have actually taken a trade, but we never get that. So we're just ranging around this area of the BPR, and I should have entered off that, but I didn't really do that because I wanted to be more patient, and this ended up making me lose out on the trade. What I should have had was my stops either at this area oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Oh my god, y'all are gonna make me think I have like some COVID-20 or 24 or some shit. Actually, I don't even know. There's nobody racist in my community, so I'm good. But anyways, we should have had this entry right over here. This could have been a sweep of liquidity on the low time frame, but we never ever really passed this initial liquidity, I'll say. But yeah, this could have been a potential entry, but we never ended up entering, so it's all right. But you know, it's okay to miss out on some wins sometimes. But here was a pretty standard easy day of trading, I'd say. Right over here we get a high time frame sweep. On top of that, we have an hourly fair value gap. So right over here makes sense for us to short. After tapping into the hourly, we have a quite a lot of rejection. We break a structure right over here, and you guys can't really see it because it's kind of blurry, but we break a structure to the downside, create an equilibrium, and in this case, this was perfect price action. You could see we had a BPR down here, we had a BPR up here, price came up into this BPR right over here and straight up rejected off this. And this is like the best price action you could honestly get. But I ended up entering right over here. Unfortunately, we could have, our initial TP was here, but we never reached down it because price was just, I don't know, it's just going up and down around this 4 hour or hourly fair value gap. And yeah, we just ended up just not really doing much after that. Price ended up coming up and then going down again, but we never really had, we had our trade on break even. So I just ended up taking profits around here, so we made around like $780. So it was not bad of a trade, but you know, I honestly wish we hit our TP here, because this was like the ideal TP, and plus if I did trade on the S&P, we would have hit our 2RR trade or TP. But yeah, what I could have done better was have an entry up here. The thing is, initially I do like having my stops at this equilibrium because, you know, I don't know, it's always so weird because when I'm entering a trade, I'm trying to think on how I can improve it, and it really depends on price action. You know, price action can, like the trade I just showed you, right over here, we end up not even reaching this, what would you say, we ended up not even reaching the equilibrium part. Excuse me. And then we just happened to the initial first BPR, right? For here, okay, and then like, okay, I could have put my stops at, you know, this or even here, right? But that would have been like, I would be risking not that much, right? And I didn't really want to do that. So in this case, it's like, okay, we tap into the BPR, which is out here and here. So if I entered here, I could have had my stops here, or I could have had my stops here. But the thing is, it wouldn't be a, you know, a good risk to reward. So this is what's so important about like journaling your trades, is because if you're not journaling your trades, you're not gonna know how to like put your stops. And I gotta look back at it later on, but right over here is something, you know, I really gotta look into, because I gotta find a good like spot to put my stop. Like I could have put it here right at this high when it like started rejecting, or I could have put it at this top of the equilibrium, or the top of this high. So yeah, I really gotta think about how I should do that next time I trade, so I can, you know, maximize my profits. But in this case, I think, you know, if you do want to play the safer option, you got to put it at the high of the equilibrium or the low, depending on what you're trading. But yeah, that was my trade of the week. And moving on to the next week, we still have a lot of trade to go. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town on the 8th to 10th or 8th to 11th, so that sucks, but we'll get to the next week, and I'll probably put more content out there during that time. But thanks for watching. See you in the next video.